no judge, no criminal.
Good morning, Mr. Arms.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Defendant and the defendant are married, and on October 1st, 2024, officers were dispatched to a family assault in Harris County, Texas. Complaining witness and the defendant got into a verbal argument. The defendant stated he was going to take the car and leave. The defendant then pushed complaining witness against the car with both of his hands in her chest and neck area, causing pain. Complaining witness stated the defendant held her against the car for a few seconds and then let go and proceeded to leave. Officers observed redness on complaining witness' upper chest and lower neck and on her back.
Do you know?
I know that it's his wife.
She's here. If she wants to have, she's here. Contact with him or no? She's here. Don't say anything, Mr. Arms, please.
It looks like this is a DVD case. It looks like we haven't gotten the chance to reach out to her yet. I believe that the defendant is saying she's here in the courtroom right now.
Is there a Haley Arms here? Okay. Are you Haley Arms? Okay, just take a seat for me momentarily, ma'am. You want to reach out and see what she wishes? Mr. Arms, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this person. If you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do understand.
There is a protective order that has been in place. I would get to know it because if you violate this protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. And then things will really go sideways quick. Are you on probation or parole at this time?
No, sir.
Okay. So for now, what do you do for a living, sir?
I work for my wife, home health care.
Sorry?
Work for my wife, part-time home health care.
For your wife.
She owns a home health care service.
Okay. And what do you do make a month?
Work like 6 days a month, about $285 a month.
Why not a regular job? 9 to 5 that every day?
Because of my criminal history, sir, I have a hard time finding a job.
And the more you pick up, the worse it gets. How old are you, sir?
I'm 39, gonna be 40, sir.
39.
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, likewise, I will put you in jail. I'll have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, how much money you have in the bank. And then I'll take a look to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. But understand that you're under strict supervision now. I don't want any more issues. Otherwise, there's only one place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you mind giving him an application? It's right here. This one, yeah. If you just give him one, we're going to give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box for now, sir. Do not leave, okay? All right. Back here. So I would, come on. I'm not going to bite.
No, I just.
So I want you to understand that I'm not going to lift the protective order because all things in the protective order are things that he shouldn't do anyways. And I'm going to hold you accountable if you start acting like a fool in the free world. You start acting a fool, I will take the free world away from you. And I will do it in a second to protect every person of Harris County. I don't know what kind of relationship you guys have, but if it's the one where you're constantly butting heads, I would be very careful because in this court order, you're not allowed to threaten, harass, use any person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. And you need to understand that conduct in and of itself can violate this court order. So if I go like this to you, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is. And it's enough to put you in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, you pick up a new case, you threaten, harass, or do anything to anyone here, you will not get any more PR bonds from us. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
So I mean, life is such that you should never have to live in fear. And if you do, all you got to do is let them know. And then there's only one place he'll end up. I don't want to talk about the case.
Yeah, no, no.
The only thing I want you to understand that there is an order for protection in your place so that you are protected.
Is it a no contact? Because-
No.
Okay, 'cause
So-
my business works for my business and, we're married, so it's like, we didn't know about that, and so I didn't want, we haven't seen each other because we didn't know what was going on, so my business has been closed and I do home healthcare. My patients have been out of a caregiver because,
And so what I'm going to do is no threatening or harassing,
Okay.
and we will allow contact, and I will take the residential restriction off. But I want you to understand that if anything happens,
Yeah.
right? Any kind of arguments and any threats go around, any kind of assaults, anything like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna end up back in custody. I've also ordered him not to use alcohol or illegal drugs as well. And you're going to be randomly called on to take a test. If you fail to come up here and test, then your bond's going to get revoked.
I
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No alcohol, no dope from any source. Cakes, candies, foods, gums, energy drinks, NyQuil, Listerine, I don't care. No means no. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay. We've given you a lawyer. Mr. Soros is representing you. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, likewise, we'll issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you have any questions?
Sir, I do not.
Do you have his cell phone, Greg? You do?
I have my client does not currently have a cell phone, but
How are you planning on
complaining witness
communicating?
does, the complaining witness does, and hopefully,
My wife,
Yeah, his number is in my phone, so I have two numbers on my phone, his number and my number as well.
Stay in contact. You understand?
I understand, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll have you sign a reset and we'll get you guys out of here. Okay.
Judge, we're looking at December.
Oh, buenas tardes, perdón. Acérquese aquí en la mitad, aquí. Solo mire el juez y le contesta nada más en español, por favor.
Mr. Sanchez, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 6 that you have already done. There's no affirmative finding?
No, I don't think it's, I know you looked.
Did a
to it.
family member?
It's a family member, but I don't think you have to find it in the terroristic threat, Judge.
Can.
You can, but I don't think it's mandatory. I think you found it before.
Well, the problem is, he probably already has one because he has an assault of a family member. Let me see, a prior assault. You need to understand a couple things, Mr. Sanchez. You have a prior assault that you pled guilty to. That assault came with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that you can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this. The other thing you need to understand is that if you ever pick up another assault, you will be facing 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. As far as our case is concerned, you are now charged with terroristic threat. This terroristic threat will go on your record. You need to understand that if you continue with the threats within a certain amount of time, they can hit you with another felony and you'll be looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. So if you are a violent person, if you are a person who likes to make threats, go somewhere else, because the person that's causing or help or making you lose control could land you in prison for a very long time. Do you understand?
Yes, señor.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. Give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this. The other thing you need to understand is from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any other cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
¿Entendió eso, señor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this offense, guilty or not guilty?
Solo no culpable.
Culpable.
Guilty.
I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 6 J's. We will have you meet with the clerk. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.